Good morning, and welcome to your AI Daily Press Morning Podcast for April 29th, 2025. Firstly, Iranian officials have made a surprising offer to the United States, proposing $1 trillion economic incentive in exchange for a new nuclear deal. This includes unprecedented access to Iran's energy sector, which could attract significant investment from American companies. However, the proposal comes with caveats, including demands that the U.S. lift primary sanctions related to terrorism and human rights. Secondly, President Trump's tariff war with U.S. trading partners continues to escalate, with his approval rating taking a hit. According to recent polls, Trump's average approval rating has dropped to 43%, with a majority of Americans disapproving of his handling of trade policy. The tariffs have sparked widespread criticism and led to a flurry of legal battles. Lastly, we're seeing a stark partisan divide in sentiment towards the tariffs, with at least 70% of Republicans supporting Trump's policies compared to about 20% of Democrats. As the tariff war unfolds, Americans are bracing themselves for potential consequences, including recession fears and impacts on consumers. These stories will continue to unfold in the coming days and weeks, and we'll be keeping a close eye on developments. That's all for now. Thank you for tuning in to the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. I'm Walter, and we'll see you again soon. Now, for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. Firstly, we're seeing a concerning development in Ukraine, where Russia's actions have resulted in a significant increase in civilian casualties. According to Amnesty International, the world is witnessing a catastrophic freefall in human rights, with authoritarian leaders emboldened and decades of progress undermined. The organization's annual report highlights several hotspots around the world, including Sudan, where mass sexual violence against women and girls has been perpetrated with impunity. In other news, DL has lifted its suspension on deliveries worth more than $800 to the U.S. after constructive dialogue with the U.S. government. This decision comes as a relief to many consumers, who were facing delays and uncertainty due to the Trump administration's tariff policies. The company will now resume accepting business-to-consumer shipments valued between $800 and $2,500. Which will be subject to standard informal entry processes for clearance. Lastly, we're also following a report from Amnesty International that warns of a global rollback in human rights, citing the Trump presidency as a major catalyst for this trend. The organization is calling for a return to the rules-based order of human rights and for governments to respect international law. These stories highlight the complex and often interconnected issues that are shaping our world today. We'll be delving deeper into these topics and providing you with in-depth analysis and expert insights throughout the day. Now, for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. I'm your anchor, Louis. We've got a packed show for you today, covering the latest developments in finance, economics, and market trends. First off, we're looking at the tech sector, where high valuations and rising capital expenditures are raising questions about the sustainability of earnings power for companies like the Magnificent Seven. Will they continue to prioritize growth over income, or will they shift their focus towards more sustainable returns? We'll be keeping a close eye on this story as it unfolds. Next up, we're heading north to Canada, where a recent decision by the Canadian Securities Administrators to pause work on mandatory climate disclosure rules has sparked controversy. Environmental groups are urging policymakers to take a more proactive approach to addressing climate change, and we'll be following this development closely. In earnings news, our team has been busy sifting through the latest reports from top companies. Bankunidid, Alliance Resource Partners, K-Force, and Boot Barn all delivered notable results, with some beating estimates and others falling short. We'll dive deeper into these stories and explore the broader market implications, including the impact of rising interest rates and economic uncertainty. Finally, we'll be sharing exclusive interviews with industry leaders and investment experts, providing you with valuable insights and analysis to help you navigate the ever-changing landscape of the financial world. That's all for now. Stay informed, stay ahead, and tune into our podcast for more in-depth coverage of these stories and other market news. Thanks for joining us on the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, we delved into the fascinating world of astrobiology, where scientists are unraveling the secrets of the universe. We discovered how the search for life beyond Earth is driving innovation and advancing our understanding of the cosmos. Next, we heard from astronaut Don Pettit, who shared his remarkable experiences on the International Space Station. Pettit revealed how microgravity affected his body, making him feel 20 years younger, and highlighted the importance of continued research on the ISS to ensure the health and well-being of astronauts on long-duration missions. Lastly, we explored the latest developments in NASA's Artemis program, which aims to return humans to the lunar surface by 2024. The arrival of the Gateway's habitation module, HALO, marks a significant milestone in the program, and we examined how this lunar orbiting space station will provide a comfortable and safe base for scientific research, exploration, and development of the moon's resources. These stories remind us that space exploration is not just about pushing boundaries. It's also about expanding our knowledge, driving innovation, and inspiring future generations to reach for the stars. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the wonders of space, and we'll see you next time on the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. Now, for the latest in sports, here's Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. First, we have some news from the NFL, where the Green Bay Packers have made some interesting moves following the recent draft. They've released defensive tackle Leonard Payne and signed veteran linebacker Isaiah Simmons. We'll be keeping an eye on how these roster changes play out for the team. In other news, the NASCAR community is abuzz after a heated exchange between Team Penske drivers, Austin Cindric and Joey Logano. The incident occurred during the recent race at Talladega, where Logano criticized Cindric's decision not to block another driver, leading to a stage win and valuable bonus points being lost. And finally, we're remembering the life and legacy of Tom Brown, a two-sport star who played for the Green Bay Packers in the 1960s. Brown was a key member of the team's championship-winning years under Vince Lombardi, and his passing serves as a reminder of the importance of honoring our sports heroes. That's all for now. We'll be diving deeper into these stories and more throughout the day, so be sure to, and that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm Howard Closewell for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.